welcome everybody to the Caden Academy in a series that I am calling our lecture series. And oftentimes in my work at the Caden Academy, identity is a foundation of so much that we talk about and discuss and so much of inner work. And so many of us have habits and beliefs and opinions and things that are so difficult to change. But identity creates your habits. And so I wanted to create a short lecture series on this topic of identity and why it's so important when it comes to inner work and inner transformation, and even as it relates to creating new habits and opinions and thought patterns and so on. And so I've titled this The Power of Identity, Why Real Change Begins Within. And that's a key word there, because so many of us are looking towards external resources and processes for change, but real change happens exclusively from the inside out. And so today I want to explore one of the most important principles in all of personal growth, spirituality, and conscious creation. A principle that explains why so many people struggle to change and why others transform their life seemingly effortlessly. It's the principle of identity. And I want to open with one of the biggest misunderstandings in the world of personal development. Most people try to change their habits without changing who they believe themselves to be. Now, I want that one to really sink in for those of you listening. So repeat it to yourself. Most people try to change their habits without changing who they believe themselves to be. This is the root cause of why so much effort, discipline, and willpower ends up going nowhere. So let's dive deeper into this. Most people approach change, like we discussed before, from the outside in. They say, I need better habits. I need to be more disciplined. I need a new routine. But habits are never the real issue. Habits are the symptom, not the cause. Here's a principle I want you to anchor deeply today. Habits are expression of identity. Change your identity, and your habits change automatically. I often get asked by students, don't you have to take action? And Neville Goddard used to say, action is the natural byproduct of living your wish fulfilled. Meaning, when you embody your new identity, all of the habits and opinions and thought processes that embody that new identity will change automatically. This one insight can collapse years of struggle. Because if your underlying identity stays the same, for example, I'm someone who procrastinates, or I'm someone who gets overwhelmed, then your subconscious will always pull you back towards behaviors that match that identity. Even if you desperately want new habits, your identity will always win. There's a phrase I want you to really internalize, and that's identity drives behavior, and behavior reinforces identity. This is the loop that keeps people stuck for years without realizing it. Identity drives behavior, You will always behave in alignment with who you believe you are. If you believe that you're inconsistent, you'll repeatedly act in ways that confirm it. If you believe that you are a creator, your actions will naturally reflect that. The subconsciousness is always working to make your outer world match your inner self concept. The behavior reinforces identity. Every action that you take becomes proof of who you think you are. If you skip meditation, this reinforces, I'm inconsistent. Meditate for even one moment reinforces, I'm someone who prioritizes my inner world. This loop strengthens itself for better or for worse. Now, this leads to one of the most powerful truths in inner transformation. That being, if I changed nothing about my habits, but fully embodied a new identity, my habits would change on their own. Think of how profound that is. You don't need to force new habits. You don't need to grind or fight it out. When you shift who you are, your actions naturally adjust to match it. Behavior flows from being. This is the essence of what we call conscious creation. Inside the Caden Academy and within our 12-week inner transformation program, identity work is the foundation of so much, from mindset to productivity to emotional mastery and even spiritual growth. There are 3 steps anyone can begin today. The first step is to notice your old identity. Become aware of the story you've been living from and ask yourself, what identity am I unconsciously identifying with? Step 2, choose the identity that aligns with the life that you want. Not who do I want to become someday, but who am I now? Present tense, ownership, embodiment. I am someone who shows up. I am calm, attentional, and grounded. I am the creator of my life, not the reactor or not the victim of circumstances. Remember, identity first and habits follow. And last, reinforce the new identity with small aligned actions. You don't need massive behavior changes. If your identity is, I am someone who prioritizes my inner world, then even 60 seconds of meditation strengthens that. If your identity is, I am disciplined, then one small promise kept reinforces that. These micro actions become proof of the new identity, and proof transforms into momentum. This isn't just psychology, it's spiritual law. Neville Goddard used to say, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Dyer used to say, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. And even within Scripture, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Identity is the blueprint your reality organizes around itself. When identity changes, your life must change. It's not optional. Call it spiritual law, the laws of the universe, the laws of creation. It must always respond. Remember, the outer world is a mirror back to you of your innermost thoughts and beliefs. I like to say, it's like a mirror. If you stand in front of it and you smile at the mirror, you'll get a smile back. If you frown at the mirror, you'll get a frown back. So here's a practice I give to my students. And if anybody wants to go deeper, you can join us in our 12-week inner transformation course, where we have 1 week dedicated directly to creating and transforming a new identity. But for now, close your eyes for 2 minutes. Imagine the version of yourself who has already become the person you want to be. Ask, how do you see yourself? How do you speak? How do you respond to challenges? How do they show up in the world? Then, for just the next 24 hours, live from that identity. Treat it as an experiment. Not forever, not I have to change everything, just one identity driven for the day. And you may begin to feel the difference immediately. This is why identity work is a key component at the Caden Academy. Because when you shift identity, you don't have to chase habits. The habits begin chasing you. If you want to explore this deeper, like I mentioned before, for now, the first 3 weeks of our 12-week inner transformation journey are completely free, and they'll help you start dissolving the old identity and start stepping into a new one. Thank you for being here, and thank you for committing to your own inner transformation.